Hello everyone and welcome to another one of our videos. Today it's going to be part 4 of the Mac Pro upgrade series, and today I'm going to be installing this USB 3.0 PCI Express card. This is from a company called Initech. It's available on Amazon and it's model number KT4004. This card is specifically designed for the Mac Pro. It should be a plug and play type of deal where we slot it into a PCI Express slot, turn on the computer, and we should have USB 3.0 functionality. Now, one thing to note about this card is that it does not require an external power source, i.e. from within the computer, running an additional power supply line from the power supply to the card. However, it also can't power external devices that require larger current provision capacities. So something like a solely USB powered external hard drive, like the Western Digital portable drives, things like that, may not work properly with this or may not work at all with this. So what I'm going to do, show you how to open up the computer. We're going to open up the package, see what it comes with, and we'll go ahead and upgrade the computer with this new card. Alrighty, so to start off the upgrade process, we need to open up the computer. To do that, if you watch my previous videos, you already know how to do it. But in order to open it up, you have a latch on the back, you flip it out, you hinge the side panel out towards you from the top, and then lift off. And you're going to want to set it aside in a safe location so you don't knock it over while you're working on the computer. You can see we have a lot of our upgraded components from the previous videos. We have our new RAM, our new CPUs, and now our new video card in there. And we're going to be installing this new PCI Express card right above the video card up here somewhere. So what I'm going to do is get the computer moved around, get some better lighting in there, and move the camera and focus it inside the computer so we can see what's going on inside. And I'll show you how to install the new card. It's going to be really, really simple. We now have the case cracked open, everything's resituated, and I have the inside all lit up for you. I'm going to be installing the new USB card in the uppermost slot. Reason being, this is an internally venting graphics card, this new one. It doesn't have a blower cooler that vents all of the exhaust air out the back of the computer, and because of that, I want to leave as much space as possible between it and any other cards in order to minimize any cooling issues. So, in order to remove the blank off plates, that's the first thing that we're going to need to do. And in order to do that, all we need to do is take off this little PCI Express cover plate right here with the two little thumb screws. It'll pop right off, pop right out. And once you've gotten that out, all you need to do is go up to the very top. That's the cover plate that we're going to be taking out right there. Reach around front and back. It's the easiest way to get it, and it just pulls right out like that. So at this point, I'm going to need to move the camera just to give myself a little bit better of a working angle, and I'm going to show you how to install the new card. All right, we're ready to rock and roll with installing the new card. I have the camera repositioned. We have the new card right here. And in order to install it, it's going to be really simple. All we need to do is kind of slide it up into place. On these computers, they like to kind of rock into position. And right there, we have the card slotted in and ready to go. So all I need to do now is take the little cover plate guy right here with the thumb screws, screw back into place, and we should be good to go. So I'm going to go ahead and do that, put the side panel back on the computer, and I'm going to go fire it up in my office, and we'll see if this USB 3.0 works. So one thing I want to make note of before I go and plug the computer in and seal it all up, I ended up moving one of my SSDs, which was in bay number 4, to bay number 2. The reason I did that is because the SSDs I have them sitting in carriers, not the aluminum carriers, but an actual carrier up underneath. In fact, I can show you just by pulling one out. I have them in these carriers, which are actually slightly thicker than normal 3.5-inch drives, even though the rest of the profile fits a 3.5-inch drive perfectly. So, because of that, whenever I went to put the bracket back on with the new card in place, it didn't want to seat properly. So, in order to remedy that, I moved my SSD over here. Just something you want to keep in mind in case you happen to be running those same carriers or something similar, or you have like an oversized 3.5-inch drive, something like that. So, now at this point, I'm going to go ahead and seal up the computer, throw it back in the office, and see what happens. As you can see, we have the computer booted up now. We have system information pulled up, and under the USB section, it shows a USB 3.0 bus. So everything was an exact plug and play, just like it should be. The computer booted up perfectly fine. No issues there, no issues posting. Everything is working flawlessly. So one thing I want to mention, in addition to the caveats that I talked about earlier, this USB card only has one controller on it. So some cards, they have a controller for each USB port, so you can achieve full USB 3.0 speeds on all 4 ports simultaneously. This one, that's not the case. You only have one controller split out across those 4 ports. Because of that, if you have a ton of devices plugged into this card, hubs, things like that, you're not going to be seeing full USB 3.0 speeds on each device. That said, for my purposes, I basically wanted this only for footage dump and high-speed flash drive and external hard drive use. So realistically, I'm only going to be using 1 or maybe 2 devices at the most at any given time. So this should work out perfectly for me. And again, this is the easiest plug and play, just drop in and go solution that there is available at this point in time. So with that, I want to thank you all for watching. Hope I'll see you in another video soon, and I'll see you in the next one.